January 1945. Berlin City. Freezing cold winter. Gray sky everywhere. Streets are full of destroyed buildings. Every day, Allied planes come and drop bombs. People are dying. Houses are burning. But the biggest destruction is the death of Germany's hope. Adolf Hitler is now 56 years old. He is aged. His body is breaking down. His left hand shakes uncontrollably. He wears old glasses. His back is bent. He looks much older than his real age. Hitler doesn't come out in public anymore. He stays in a huge bunker under the Reich Chancellery in central Berlin. It's called the Führerbunker. 50 feet underground, thick concrete walls. The ceiling is so thick that even if bombs fall above, you can't feel much inside. In this bunker, Hitler will spend his last days. He doesn't know yet that this bunker will be his final address. January 20. Hitler is sitting in his conference room. In front of him is a map of Germany's Eastern Front. Soviet forces are moving through Poland. Every day they come closer. Hitler stares at the map. His generals stand beside him. No one speaks. Suddenly, Hitler shouts, "This is impossible. Our soldiers are not retreating. They cannot retreat. I ordered them to fight until the last man." General Guderian speaks softly. "Mein Führer, the Soviet forces have more soldiers than us, more tanks, more planes. Our soldiers are tired." Hitler screams, "Tired? They cannot be tired. German soldiers are the best in the world. They will fight. They will win." But no one believes Hitler's words anymore. Everyone knows the war is almost over. Germany is losing. January 30. It's been 12 years since Hitler came to power. On this day, 12 years ago, he became Chancellor of Germany. Back then, Germany was weak. The economy was broken. People were hopeless. He gave them hope, gave them jobs, gave them respect. Today, there is no joy in Berlin, only destruction and death. Hitler sits alone in the bunker. There's a small table beside him. On the table, a radio. His recorded voice is playing on the radio, speaking to the German people. But Hitler himself didn't speak live. He recorded it earlier. His body is no longer fit for public appearances. His recorded voice says, "I believe Germany will rise again. Our enemies will be defeated one day." Hitler turns off the radio, closes his eyes. He remembers 12 years ago. He was full of energy back then. People were afraid to even say his name. Today, he hides underground. Part 2, February 1945. Life inside the bunker. February. Life goes on inside the bunker. About 30 people live here. Hitler's personal staff, his secretaries, his doctor, his assistants, and his favorite German shepherd, Blondie. The bunker is big, about 30 small rooms. Hitler has his own suite, bedroom, living room, office, bathroom too. Total about 2,500 square feet. The air inside is heavy, artificial light everywhere. You can't tell day from night. Without clock, you wouldn't know if it's morning or evening outside. Hitler's daily routine is almost the same every day. He wakes up around 10 a.m., then breakfast. Very simple. A cup of tea, some biscuits, fruits. He doesn't eat meat. He was a vegetarian. After breakfast, his personal assistant comes with news. What happened outside? How is the fighting on each front? How much territory has been lost? Hitler listens, sometimes nods, sometimes shouts, sometimes bangs the table and says, "This is all lies. Our soldiers cannot lose like this. Someone is betraying us." Afternoons are for conferences. Generals come. They discuss maps. Hitler decides where to attack, where to retreat. But his decisions are no longer realistic. He refuses to accept reality. At night, Hitler watches movies. He liked old German films, especially with Marlene Dietrich. Sometimes he chats with his secretaries, tells them about old days, how he came to power, how he changed Germany. But there's no joy in these chats. Everyone knows the end is near. February 20, bombing of Berlin increases. Hundreds of tons of bombs fall on the city every day. They fall on the bunker too, but inside you can barely feel it. Just the walls shake sometimes. Hitler's personal doctor, Dr. Theodor Morell, sees him every day. Morell gives Hitler many medicines, vitamin injections, glucose, stimulants. Hitler's health is getting worse day by day. One day, Morell tells Hitler, "Mein Führer, you need rest. You are very tired." Hitler replies angrily, "I don't have time for rest. Germany doesn't have time for rest. The enemy is at our door. I must fight." Part 3, March 1945. Eva Braun comes to the bunker. First week of March, a new person arrives in the bunker, Eva Braun, Hitler's longtime companion. No one can exactly define their relationship, not wife, but lover. They've been together for many years. Eva is 33 years old, beautiful, fair skin, blue eyes, blonde hair. She is 23 years younger than Hitler. Eva came from Munich. She used to live there. Hitler wrote her a letter and called her. He said he wanted her by his side at the end. Eva's arrival brings some fresh life to the bunker. Her smile, her talk, her presence, it lightens up the dark bunker a little. Eva has her own room, a little away from Hitler's room. Every day she spends time with Hitler, chats with him, plays music for him, puts on his favorite records. Eva understands reality. She knows the end is coming. She once told a friend, "I know we will lose, but I want to be with him until the end." Mid-March, American forces have crossed the Rhine River. From the east, Soviet forces are very close to Berlin. Once they cross the Oder River, Berlin will be next. Hitler still believes something will happen. He has new weapons, V-2 rockets, jet fighters. With these weapons, he thinks he can turn the war around. Generals try to explain, "Mein Führer, our new weapons are not enough. The enemy has too many soldiers. We need peace talks." Hitler screams, "Peace talks? Never. We will fight. Fight until our last breath. Germany cannot lose." Part 4, April 1945, the beginning of the end. April, Hitler's birth month. April 20 is his 56th birthday. A small birthday celebration is arranged in the bunker. Some cake, some wine, all of Hitler's loyal people are there. Goebbels, Bormann, Himmler, Göring, Speer. Everyone wishes Hitler, shake his hand, but worry is in everyone's eyes. Everyone knows this might be his last birthday. Hitler talks with everyone for a while. Then he comes out of the bunker. After many days, he comes outside, goes up to the destroyed garden of the Chancellery. Some young soldiers are standing there. Hitler shakes their hands, pats their cheeks. Some are crying. They know this might be their last meeting. The day after the birthday, April 21, Hitler calls his most trusted generals. He says, "I will stay in Berlin. I will not leave the city. The final battle will be here." Goebbels says, "Mein Führer, you should leave. Go south from Berlin. Continue the fight from there." Hitler shakes his head. "No, I will stay. I will sink with Berlin. The Führer of Germany does not run away." April 22. This was the hardest day. In the afternoon conference, they learned Soviet forces have reached the outskirts of Berlin. They are surrounding the city. Hitler freezes when he hears this news. He is silent for a while. Then suddenly he starts screaming, "It's over! The war is over! Everyone betrayed me! Everyone left me!
Even the SS betrayed me. He throws the maps on the table, breaks his red pencil. His face turns red, hands shaking. He tells the generals, "All of you leave. I won't stay. I will kill myself." Everyone is silent. No one dares to speak. Hitler goes to his personal room. No one knows if he cried, but later his secretary said he was completely broken. That evening, Hitler meets everyone. He says, "I have decided. I will stay in Berlin, but I will kill myself. My body must not fall into enemy hands. My last wish is to be cremated." Everyone is silent. No one says anything. After this, there are no more conferences in the bunker. Hitler gives no more orders.
He understands everything is over. April 23rd, Hermann Göring, one of Hitler's closest associates, is stationed south of Berlin. He sends a telegram to Hitler. He writes, if there is no response from Hitler, he will take leadership. Hitler receives this telegram and becomes furious. He screams, "Göring is a traitor. He wants to take my power. Arrest him. Take away all his positions." Bormann immediately sends a message to Göring. The Führer orders, if you don't resign, you will be shot. Göring understands. It's over. He resigns. April 28th, another incident. Himmler, head of the SS, is secretly contacting the Allies. He is trying to surrender. BBC Radio broadcasts this news. Hitler hears this and almost goes crazy. He screams, "Himmler too is a traitor. My most loyal man has left me too. This is unbearable." Tears appear in Hitler's eyes. He says, "Everyone around me is a traitor. No one is loyal to me." That night, Hitler decides to marry his longtime companion, Eva Braun. He says, "I want Eva to be my wife before death." A small wedding ceremony happens in the bunker. A few witnesses, a magistrate, paper wedding. Then a small reception, some wine, some sandwiches. Hitler doesn't drink wine, he drinks tea. Eva is happy. After many years of waiting, she has become Hitler's wife. April 29th, 4 a.m. Hitler calls his personal secretary Traudl Young. He tells her, "I need to write my last will." Traudl brings a typewriter. Hitler starts dictating his last will and political testament. He says, "I am killing myself voluntarily. This is not escape. I want to die serving Germany." He says, "The war started by my will, but I wanted it for Germany." He says, "After my death, Grand Admiral Dönitz will take leadership. Göring and Himmler are traitors. They are unfit." He says, "The German people must continue fighting, never give up." He says, "I wanted to destroy the Jews. That was my aim." Hour after hour, he keeps talking. Traudl keeps typing. By afternoon, the document is finished. Hitler signs it. Witnesses are Goebbels, Bormann, and a few others. Then Hitler goes to his room. Soon after, news comes that Mussolini has been killed. The Italian fascist leader was caught and shot by Italians. His body was hung upside down at a gas station in Milan. Hitler hears this and becomes afraid. He says, "My body must not suffer such disgrace. Promise me, my body will be burned, completely burned." Everyone promises. That night, Hitler orders his beloved dog Blondie to be killed. He wants to test if the cyanide capsules work. A doctor breaks a capsule in Blondie's mouth. Within seconds, Blondie dies. Hitler cries seeing Blondie's body. Then he gives each of his secretaries a cyanide capsule. He says, "Better to kill yourself than fall into enemy hands." April 30th, 1945, Tuesday, morning. Hitler wakes up late, has breakfast. Eva is with him. Everyone in the bunker is quiet. Everyone knows something will happen today. At 10 a.m., Hitler comes out of the bunker, goes up to the destroyed garden of the Chancellery. Some young soldiers are standing there.
They salute, seeing Hitler. Hitler shakes hands with each of them, looks into their eyes, pats a few on the cheek. Some are crying. One soldier later said, "The Führer's eyes were empty, like a living dead person. He looked at us, but didn't see us." Hitler returns to the bunker. Around noon, he goes to his room. Eva follows him. The door closes. Outside stand Goebbels, Bormann, and a few others. Everyone waits. After a while, a gunshot is heard. Sharp sound. Everyone jumps. They wait a few minutes, then open the door. Inside, Hitler is sitting on the sofa, a bullet wound on his right temple. His pistol lies beside him, a Walther PPK. Eva sits beside him, no bullet wound on her. She took cyanide, poison marks at the corner of her mouth. Hitler was 56 years old. Eva was 33. On the table, a small note. It says, "We are killing ourselves voluntarily. Our bodies must be burned." Part 8. The Cremation. Bormann and Goebbels work quickly. Hitler's orders must be followed. The bodies must be burned. They must not fall into enemy hands. The two bodies are wrapped in blankets and carried up from the bunker to the garden of the Chancellery. Gasoline canisters were already prepared there. The bodies are placed in a small ditch. Gasoline is poured over them. Fire is lit. Flames rise. Black smoke. Smell of burning flesh. Bormann, Goebbels, and a few soldiers standing in the garden salute. Some are crying. The fire burns for hours. They have to pour more gasoline again and again. The bodies burn completely to ash. When Soviet forces enter Berlin, they find a ditch outside the bunker. Burnt bone pieces, parts of a jaw, teeth fragments. They collect these. Later, dental records confirm these are Hitler's teeth. Eva's teeth are also identified. Yet even today, many don't believe. Conspiracy theories still exist. Hitler escaped, they say, went to Argentina, hid there. What happened in the bunker after Hitler's death? Goebbels is now in charge. He's Germany's chancellor after Hitler, but his chancellorship lasts one day. May 1st, Goebbels understands it's over. Soviet forces are very close to the chancellery. Goebbels and his wife Magda make a decision. They will also kill themselves, but first they will kill their 6 children. That night, Magda puts her 6 children to sleep. Then she breaks cyanide capsules in each of their mouths. 6 children die, one by one. Their ages are between 4 and 12. Then Goebbels and Magda go out of the bunker. In the garden, they take cyanide. A soldier shoots them in the head, too, to make sure they are dead. Bormann was. What happened to him? No one knows. He left the bunker. Later it was said he also killed himself, but his body was never found. Many believe he escaped to South America, Brazil, Paraguay. Hitler's bunker is no more. The Soviets destroyed it later. Now there's a parking lot there, some signboards. Tourists come, take photos, some leave flowers. Many questions about Hitler's last days remain unanswered even today. First question, did he really kill himself? Soviet records say yes, they matched his teeth. But in 2009, something strange happened. American researchers tested a skull fragment. For many years, it was kept in Moscow's archives. They said it was Hitler's skull. The test showed it was actually a woman's skull, age between 20 and 40. This discovery created new doubts. So where is Hitler's real body? Second question, did he escape? Many historians believe Hitler killed himself, but some researchers say he escaped to Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay. Former CIA officer Bob Baer recently claimed new evidence might be found in Argentine archives. He says the Argentine government helped hide Nazis, even built a secret hideout for Hitler in the jungle. In 2015, excavations were done in Misiones province, Argentina. They found Nazi-era coins, some artifacts. Baer says if you wanted to hide Hitler, this place would be perfect. Third question: what kind of mental problems did Hitler have? American intelligence agencies made a psychological report on Hitler in 1944. The report says Hitler had many mental abnormalities. He suffered from narcissistic personality disorder. His self-esteem was abnormally high. He couldn't handle criticism. He had no empathy for others. Cambridge University psychologist Mark Koch wrote in his book, Hitler had many mental abnormalities. He was extremely self-centered. He saw himself as Germany's savior. This belief finally led him to suicide. The report also says Hitler had some feminine characteristics. He was fascinated by people's hands. He had unusual affection for animals. When a peacock died, he would cry, but on the other hand, he could order the death of millions without hesitation. Hitler felt uncomfortable seeing blood, but he had no problem ordering wars.
Hitler's last days story is not just about one man's death. It's about the end of an era, the end of World War II's European chapter. When Hitler killed himself, just 1 week later, on May 7th, Germany surrendered. May 8th was celebrated as Victory in Europe Day. 6 years of bloody war ended. But Hitler's legacy remained. 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust. Millions more died in the war. All of Europe was destroyed. Hitler's last days remind us how dangerous power addiction can be. One man's ego, his hatred, his madness can destroy the whole world. Today, if you stand at that bunker's location in Berlin, you see nothing, just a parking lot, some signboards. Tourists come, take photos. They think, here ended a dark chapter of history. But history's shadow never completely disappears. People still read about Hitler. Researchers still search for new information. Debates continue about how he died. Maybe one day the truth will come out. Maybe it will remain a mystery. But one thing is certain: Hitler's last days will always interest people. Because this story is not just about one man's death, it's about the end of an era. It's a warning that history should never repeat itself.